Okay, the building block for realization of virtual memory is the concept of demand paging. Let's see what is demand paging. As discussed, the program is actually divided into several uh, chunks and they are called as pages. And these pages are not brought into the main memory just like that. Okay, now here there is a component of the operating system that we have discussed when we discussed about the different functionalities of operating system called job scheduler. Job scheduler is a component of the operating system that is responsible for bringing the processes into the main memory. Here let us use a different term because we have been discussing that paging is the method that is used to keep multiple programs in the main memory and run them concurrently. So let's use the term pager. Okay, so this pager is responsible for bringing in the pages into the main memory. It is like swapping the pages into the main memory, and when those pages are not required or when the process is done executing, they are swapped out. Now the concept of demand paging says that the pager will guess what minimum number of pages of a process are required to run the process, and only those pages are brought into the main memory initially, and the other pages are brought in only when they are needed, and this method is known as demand paging. Okay, so I'll repeat, the technique of loading the pages only when they are needed is known as demand paging. So this is the approach used in realizing the concept of virtual memory. Initially the whole main memory is empty, and if we have to run, let's say, program A, the pager will bring in only the essential pages, one or two essential pages of program A into the main memory, and the CPU will start fetching the instructions of this process and execute them. If it makes a reference to an instruction or data which is not currently residing in the main memory, if it is residing in the hard disk, then that is brought into the main memory. So that means what? The pages that are never accessed or never referenced by the CPU or never loaded into the page memory at all. Okay, this concept is called as demand paging. Okay, so there is something called pure demand paging. In this case, no page of a process is brought into the main memory. The CPU, when it starts the execution of the process and tries to fetch the first instruction of the process, the first instruction will not be there in the main memory, and it is the page which is holding this first instruction is brought into the main memory, and then the execution of the process starts. So that means the execution of the process starts with 0 pages loaded into the main memory, and as and when reference is made to the instructions or data in the pages, they are brought into the main memory, and this kind of paging is called pure demand paging. The other approach is keeping some essential pages in the main memory, essential pages of a process in the main memory, then executing it. Okay, so essentially what I am trying to say is that the pager is responsible for making a good guess of what are all the pages which are required to run the processes completely and bring only those pages into the main memory, and by chance CPU makes a reference to a page which is not present in the main memory, and bring that page from the hard disk into the main memory only when that is required. That is known as demand paging. Okay, so the space where we keep these pages is called a swap space, as we have already discussed in one of the previous classes. This swap space is like a logical extension to the main memory. Okay, now let us move on and see. Let me erase all this, and let us move on and see, okay, what is the support that demand paging concept gets. In the page table, we have seen that in the page table there will be only one entry, that is the page number and the corresponding frame number. So the corresponding frame number of a page is the only entry that you can see in the page table. Now here you are seeing some additional entry. So that is called valid or invalid bit, which is going to be associated with every page. Let's say, for example, page 0 is stored at frame number 4 in the main memory, and there is a bit which is associated with it. It could be V or I. V stands for valid and I stands for invalid. So that is, either you can use 0 for invalid or valid page, and 1 for invalid page. So essentially what I am trying to say is this could be valid or invalid. So what is the significance of this bit? When this bit is valid, it says that the page 0 is present in the main memory and it is at frame 4. Now you see, if you see here, the some of the pages A, C and F are present in the main memory, and their entries are there in the page table. Let's say page 0 is A, okay, so it is present in frame 4, and page 2, which is nothing but C, which is present in frame 6, and page 5 is F, which is present in frame 9. And only for these pages you are seeing valid or invalid bit is made as valid, and for other pages bits are made as invalid. It means that these are the processes, these are the pages corresponding to a process. You look at this carefully. The process is divided into 8 pages, and only some of the pages are right now residing in the main memory. Okay, so what are those pages? It is page A, page C and F. These are the pages which are residing in the main memory at this point of time. But there are some more pages which are associated with this process, like B, D, E, G and H, which are not present in the main memory. Therefore, the valid invalid bit associated with these pages are made as invalid. So here what you have to understand is that when a reference is made to a page which is not there in the main memory, let us say reference is made to page B which is not there in the main memory, the operating system first looks at the valid invalid bit. In this case it is I. Okay, that means it is invalid. So this could be because of one of the two reasons. The first reason could be the process is making reference to a page which is not not in the range of its logical address. I hope you understood this point. That means the process is making an illegal reference. Okay, that could be the first reason. The second reason is the reference is valid. That is, the page B is part of the process, but this page is not present in the main memory. So these are the two reasons, okay, which will make the bit, valid invalid bit associated with the page, invalid. Hope you understood. In this case, for B it is I, because of the reason that B is not present in the main memory. Okay, so that means it is not making an illegal reference to page B. So this you have to understand. So here I have told you that an additional bit is associated with all the entries in the page table, which tells us whether the page is present in the main memory or not. You can also call this as protection bit, because it also says whether the process is making a legal reference or an illegal reference to the page. So like this, you can add multiple protection bits, if the process is allowed to only read the page that it is referring to, so then you can have a bit which tells you that the page is only it is only for the purpose of reading, or it could be read write, or you can use it for execution, so something like this. So this bit, you can have one more bit, you can call it as in another protection bit, which will tell whether the process is having the privilege to only read, or read and write, or only execute that page. Okay, so these are some of the ways of providing the protection, memory protection, in addition to relocation register and limit register, all that we discussed in previous classes. Okay. Okay, I think I'm running out of time. I have 2 to 3 minutes more. Let us quickly recall the things that we have discussed in today's class. First, we discussed about why virtual memory. Okay, so we need virtual memory because we cannot present a complex, messy view of the physical memory to the programmer. Therefore, we need virtual memory. And the program actually is divided into several smaller chunks called pages and stored in the hard disk, and they are brought into the main memory only when they are needed. And that is how operating system manages to keep several processes which are ready for execution and run them concurrently. Okay, then we also understood what is virtual memory. Okay, so the view that the programmer gets is what is the virtual memory or the logical memory. That is, a programmer will think that the instructions and data are stored in the consecutive memory locations, but it is not actually so. So every logical address or virtual address that is produced by the CPU has to be translated into physical address by a memory mapping unit called MMU. Okay, and then we discussed about how this virtual memory concept could be realized with the help of a concept called demand paging. Okay, here demand paging could be pure demand paging, that is the operating system can start executing a process with 0 page associated with that process being present in the main memory, and as and when the reference to that page is made by the CPU, a page could be brought into the main memory. That is pure demand paging. But another approach is, you can have a component inside the operating system which could be called as pager, making an intelligent decision of what processors to what pages to bring into the main memory when the execution of the process starts, and execution and process execution completes smoothly. So that could be another approach. So both these approaches are demand paging approaches. Either it could be pure demand paging, or bringing in some of the pages and keeping the other pages in the swap space of the hard disk, and bringing them only when they are necessary. Okay, so these are the things that we have discussed in today's classes. Let me stop here and discuss more about how page faults are handled. That is, a reference is made to a page and operating system finds that the page is not being present in the main memory. Okay, so I forgot to tell you that we also have discussed about the importance of valid and invalid bits. Invalid bit that is being present in the page table, in addition to the entries that represents the frame number associated with a page. Thank you. So let me stop here.